My name is Harlan Voss. I'm 72. 9 months ago my wife Nora slipped away in one night from sepsis. The modest ranch house we'd owned outright was titled in her name. Probate handed it straight to our daughter Meredith and her husband Trent. They explained, with practiced sympathy, that the equity was theirs now and they needed to sell. At 72 I became a guest in my own daughter's converted laundry room, fold-out cot, single bulb, one cardboard box of clothes. I learned to walk softly. They still flinched every time the toilet flushed after midnight. I'd driven 13 hours back from New Mexico after Raymond Voss's funeral. My father was iron, quiet, judgmental, convinced love made a man weak. We hadn't exchanged words in 24 years. I only went because Nora's voice still echoed, "Go, Harlan. Finish the circle." I sat alone on a metal chair in an empty chapel. Afterward the attorney, a sharp-eyed woman named Reese Dalton, handed me documents beside my truck. 4 high desert parcels under helium and rare earth leases. A low-slung cedar cabin on a headland in Northern California. Conservative valuation, $19 million. I stared at the figures until they blurred. The entire drive home I rehearsed the moment I'd hand them freedom. Mortgage zeroed, twins college funded, a tidy bungalow nearby for me. We could rebuild something like family. I pulled into their cul-de-sac at twilight. The Colonial looked the same except the motion light was off, conserving power. I grabbed the folder and approached the side door. Before my knuckles touched wood I heard Meredith's voice slice through the thin panel. "I can't keep doing this, Trent. He's draining us dry." My fist froze. "Here's your dad, Mer. He's grieving Nora. He's grieving in our laundry room using our hot water. His birthday's in 5 weeks. That's when we tell him. Willow Glen Memory Care has a Medicaid bed. It's basic, but it's secure. He'll adjust." Willow Glen. The squat brick building beside the interstate. Where people faded while waiting for the end. I backed into the shadows. The fragile hope I'd nursed for 13 hours crystallized into something cold and precise. They weren't waiting for rescue. They were waiting to erase me. I returned to the truck, drove 4 blocks, parked under a dead street lamp, and reread the asset list. 19 million. Enough to destroy them, or to shield myself forever. For the next 10 days I became their perfect stereotype, a vague, unsteady old man drifting toward incapacity. I misplaced the sugar bowl. I left cabinet doors ajar. I asked twice what year it was. I shivered even when they moved the only space heater to the family room for the kids. Every petty punishment they delivered, thimble-sized meals, lukewarm showers, the mysteriously vanished radio, I noted without reaction. At 3:12 a.m. on the 11th night I sat on the cot in darkness and dialed Reese Dalton. "Mr. Voss." Her voice snapped awake. "What's happened?" "They're preparing to have me ruled incompetent. They want guardianship. They believe I'm penniless and toxic. If they win control, they'll discover the inheritance." A quick inhale. "That's financial elder abuse backed by fraud. You're in serious jeopardy." I already told them Raymond left me only liens and penalties. They bought it. Buy me time. Sell the smallest parcel, cash, immediate. Channel every dollar into an irrevocable trust with me as sole trustee and beneficiary. No one else can pierce it. Not family. Not a court. Not a conservator. Executed by morning. Anything else? Run a deep background on Meredith. I need ammunition. 22 hours later she called back. Trust is funded, $4.8 million net. Bulletproof. And Meredith, compulsive day trading and offshore crypto bets. She forged Trent's name on 2 HLOCs and a personal line. The second mortgage defaulted 3 months ago. Sheriff sale is in 5 days. Trent has no idea how deep the hole is. I exhaled slowly. Acquire both notes. Now. Already moving. The following morning they escorted Dr. Patel, a psychiatrist who golfs with Trent, to the living room for my routine wellness check. They settled me in the recliner like fragile glass. The doctor smiled and opened his tablet for the standard cognitive battery. I waited until question 7. Then I straightened, locked eyes with him, and spoke in the steady baritone that once ran a 24-hour machine shop. "You're finished here, doctor. What you're attempting is perjury and conspiracy to defraud. I'm lucid. I'm competent. And I will not be signing anything." Meredith's face went ashen. Trent looked like someone had yanked the floor out from under him. Dr. Patel rose quickly. I appear to have misread the situation. You read it exactly right, I said. Now leave. He left. The room became a vacuum. I faced them. I overheard everything 11 days ago. Every calculation about Willow Glen. Every whisper about how expensive I am. So I performed. While you starved me and froze me and hid my radio, I liquidated one parcel, locked $4.8 million where no judge can reach it, and purchased your entire debt, both mortgages. Meredith barked a laugh, sharp, disbelieving. You're delusional. I own this house, Meredith. As of 7:42 this morning. Your tenant's in arrears. I placed the eviction notice on the end table beside the Willow Glen brochure. Trent dropped onto the sofa. Meredith snatched the paper, scanned it, screamed once, then folded. I was going to deed you this house, I said quietly. I was going to erase every debt. All I wanted was to belong again. You couldn't wait one more month. I walked out, closed the door without force, drove west. 3 days later I turned the key on the Headland cabin in California. Weathered cedar. Salt wind. One sturdy chair facing the Pacific. I slept 15 hours. 7 months later the Vos-Nora Foundation is active. We've halted 11 predatory conservatorships, relocated 7 seniors from exploitative homes, and funded emergency legal defense for 19 more. Every dollar Raymond left now protects the invisible elderly from the people who should love them most. Meredith called last month. She's in a 1-bedroom walk-up. Working retail nights. Trent's in outpatient therapy for codependency. She asked if she could drive up for Thanksgiving, just coffee and pie. I told her to bring Nora's cinnamon pecan recipe. The real one. Some wounds close slowly. Some roads are worth every mile.